Hey, this is Chris Poff bringing you a quick video on a critical question that I've been asked quite often here in the last few weeks. So I wanted to bring you the answer. And if you found me, you were asking that same critical question. Is it time? Is it finally time to buy homes in Orlando? And now that's a pretty broad question, so I want to answer your question from really three different perspectives. The first one is if you are a first-time home buyer that has been agonizing over whether it makes sense to own a home in Orlando. And secondly, I'll answer it from the perspective of somebody that is thinking about relocating or possibly retiring or thinking about owning a vacation home near Disney. And third, finally, from a real estate investor perspective, you have a certain amount of cash available that is not performing at the level you want, and you are trying to decide if it now feels right to invest in homes in Orlando. So here are three secrets that will help you decide that it's time to buy homes in Orlando. Number one, inventory has trended down for the last year, and there are no longer short sales and foreclosures dominating the market. Now that doesn't mean that they're not still going to be out there. They're going to be here. They're going to be with us for a while. And the difference is that now they aren't. It used to be every home out there was either a foreclosure or short sale, and that's finally the inventory started to be bought up, and the banks are getting better at strategically, I guess, foreclosing or whatever, so that there's less homes on the market. And they're doing that. That's probably a good thing because it brings structure to this whole thing. And it looks to me like also the huge investors, the moneyed people, are coming in and buying up huge blocks of homes. So again, that's from a perspective of stabilizing, it's probably a good thing. So let me show you some statistics that about the trend in the homes for sale in the area. So I want to actually go here, and I hope this shows up. This table's a little bit small, but this black right here is February of 11. So that's a year ago, or a little bit over a year ago. And the total inventory of resale homes was 13,480. Now if you fast forward to February of 2012, the inventory is now 9253, so it's dropped significantly from 13,480 to 9253. So that's a major trend, which means, and again, I can remember 3 or 4 years ago when this number was 26,000 or 24,000, so it has come way down. And that's what I'm saying. It now feels different than it's felt for many years. So the second thing is that prices are now low, and I mean much lower than they've been in many years, so that the rental formula works. And the rental formula is, for many years, homes were so expensive here that, let's say you had a $350,000 three-bedroom home, and you used the 1% rule, which is 1% of 350,000. You need to rent it for $3,500 a month. Well, you couldn't do that around here. Rents around my area and down here by Disney are somewhere in the $1,000 to $1,200 for a 3 to 4 bedroom home. But now when you buy let's say you buy a home around here for 100 to say 150,000, that rental formula now works to where you can be at break even or positive cash flow just almost out of the chute. So I can't guarantee that. Nobody can guarantee how much return you get on an investment. But at least now the rental formula has the potential to work for the first time in many years. So as a first-time home buyer, somebody that may want to get their first home, stay in it for 2 or 3 years, save up your money and move up to the next home, and then rent that home out that you lived in for 2 years, it makes sense. And it also makes sense for somebody wanting to retire here or as an investor. The rental formula finally works for the first time in many years. Next, financing programs are now available, and not that the banks are your buddies, you'll still cuss them, but now financing programs are available and interest rates are at an all-time low. So that in itself, in addition to the home prices being very low, it doesn't get any better than that. You usually don't see low interest rates and low home prices at the same time. And there are now first-time homebuyer programs and credit repair programs that I can introduce you to that can get you into a home much easier than you might expect. And those weren't available 3 or 4 years ago. I mean, it was chaos 3 or 4 years ago. Now it's starting to stabilize. So last, and this is an extra bonus for you, this is just an insider's gut. My gut tells me, and most of the real estate agents and builders are busier than they have been in years. So there's a different feeling this year about what's going on. Have we definitely hit bottom? I have no idea. I don't think anybody can answer that. However, it feels much different this year than it did last. Inventories are down, prices are actually increasing in certain areas, so finding yourself a deal by next year may be quite difficult. So I hope this quick video has given you the added insight so that you can decide that it feels right to buy homes in Orlando. And if you have questions or want to discuss your unique situation with me, please feel free to call. I'm here for you.